good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. All right, we'll talk about the acting skills in a little bit because I saw them on display.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the title of this album. You say it was inspired by Mental Health Month.
Yes.
What does House on Fire mean?
So House on Fire is you. That in a relationship, so I wrote this song about my husband and our relationship and our love. And when you can love someone through the good and the bad, when you're down to nothing but the bones, like the very foundation of the house, can you still love that person? And I set that on fire. Are you gonna still love that person and who I am? And that's what House on Fire is. And that's what the entire album is.
A very, very deep meaning. Another deep meaning is a song called Scary Love.
Yes.
Which is about your 3-year-old's near-death experience in 2021.
Yes.
What can you tell us about that?
So my son had gotten really sick when he was about 9 months old, and he became septic and had sepsis, and it was one of the scariest moments of my life. You know, it was during the height of COVID, and I remember being in the emergency room and choking out the words, "Is my son gonna die?" And the nurse saying, "I'm very concerned. He is the sickest person in the ER right now."
Oh, my.
And I just remember falling to my knees and praying to God. There was a woman on a stretcher holding my hand, just praying over my son. They made us leave the room a few times. It was really, 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 really hard. And that kind of love, like, I mean, as you know, once you become a parent, that it's imperative that you're okay so you can make sure your kid is okay. And you're not okay if anything is wrong with your child. Like, your world is over. So anytime I get in a car, I'm praying. Everywhere I go, I'm so intentional in what I do because I just want to make sure I'm okay for my child. And that's what Scary Love is about. Oh, look at them.
Yeah, they seem so young and fragile and breakable at that
They
age.
are.
What were you gonna say?
No, I just, you just went back to that moment and we could feel it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, and I'm sure it feels like just yesterday. How did this work, this album, this song help you heal?
You know, it helped put to words how I feel like my mom and how our moms feel about us. Like, when we were growing up, we never really, like, why is mom so crazy over me? I'm fine, mom, I'm good.
But you get it now.
Yeah, I get it now. Like, truly, like, it's not her being dramatic. It's really because she cares so much about you that her world would completely crumble if anything ever happened to you. And so it's in every fabric of my being now, and the way I write and the way I move in my life, it's very, very intentional now.
So clearly becoming a mother has changed the way you write songs, but this presidential election has also changed some of the performance opportunities for you. You were at the DNC, we showed a clip of it. That was a packed arena, a lot of strong emotions in the room and outside of the room.
Yeah.
How did you feel being on that stage? I mean, the wattage at that place.
You know, being in that room, it was just so powerful and joyful and just beautiful. You saw everything and everyone, every nationality, race, creed, whatever. They were all in this room together, being so patriotic, waving their American
So many
flags.
flags. I was not expecting that.
Like, it made me so proud to be an American. You know, like, there's been so much going on in our world, and there's so much turmoil in our country, and there's so much division in that moment. It felt like so unifying. It was really awesome.
Yeah, I mean, even though we are divided at times,
Yeah.
it seems like we could be headed towards a love era.
We are in a love era.
'Cause that's what you are
where
in, baby.
I am at.
What does love era mean to you?
Listen, you know, I've gone through a lot, you know, being in country music and fighting for equality and racial justice. You know, it's exhausting. And so often when you're online and you're looking at all these things in life, you think the world is crumbling. But if you look up from your phone and look out what's in front of you, it's just love. Like, there's so much love everywhere we walk through. And so that's where I've been really choosing to try to lead my life and just find goodness, because there's so much goodness in people. And I just feel like we could all try to do that. We can get past whatever this was that we've been going through.
And I'm sure you know this, Mickey, but you have made such a difference. I remember when you released Black Like Me, I felt so seen. Yes.
Wow.
And look at, the industry, not just country music, but all music is having these important conversations.
Yeah, it really has been just beautiful. And even like with Beyonce releasing Cowboy Carter, like it feels good.
Well, Mickey Guyton, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
We
y'all so much
appreciate
for
you.
having
Good to
me.
see you
Thank
again.
you.
House on Fire is on sale Friday. Make sure you get it because the album is fire.